She wants out. But is escape even possible? Bianca Censori, Kanye West's so-called muse and wife, is reportedly desperate to break free. Yet every step she takes is under his control. Is she trapped forever, or is there another way out? But how did we get here? How did Bianca go from a promising architect to a woman seemingly trapped in the shadow of one of the most powerful and unpredictable figures in music? Just a few years ago, she was building a career in design. Now, she is making headlines for bold fashion choices and whispers of control behind the scenes. Was this the life she had signed up for, or did she get caught in something far bigger than she ever imagined? From the moment Bianca stepped into Kanye's world, everything changed fast. One minute she was working for him, the next she was his wife. However, insiders say this was not just a whirlwind romance. It was not just love, it was control. What many do not know is that Bianca Censori's entrance into Kanye's world started as strictly business. In late 2020, she joined his fashion and design company as an architectural designer while working on her master's degree in Australia. But according to reports, it was Kanye who made the first move, reaching out on social media, offering her a job, and persuading her to pack up and move to Los Angeles. The timing of Bianca's arrival at Yeezy is hard to ignore. At that point, Kanye was still legally married, but his relationship with his wife was clearly on the rocks. In early 2021, his wife, Kim Kardashian, filed for divorce after nearly 7 years together. The proceedings dragged on for almost 2 years, with the official split finally happening in November 2022. By December of that same year, Kanye made a public nod to his new muse with a track that seemed to reference her name, Sensory Overload. Just weeks later, the two were spotted together in Beverly Hills, and rumors swirled that they had had a private wedding ceremony. While it remained unclear whether the union was legally official, their relationship was now at the forefront of the public spotlight. Recently, whispers of a split between the couple started making the rounds, with some claiming they had parted ways weeks ago. But just when it seemed like the rumors were true, fresh photos of the two looking cozy during a trip abroad put those speculations to rest. Then, as if to remind everyone they were still very much in the spotlight, Bianca stole the show on the Grammys red carpet in a barely there outfit. From the moment Bianca Censori and Kanye West went public, her transformation was impossible to ignore. Her style took a bold turn, with outfits that pushed the boundaries of what's deemed socially acceptable. While some saw her daring choices as a sign of confidence, others couldn't help but wonder if Kanye was pulling the strings behind her image. By late 2023, whispers about Censori's well-being started making rounds. Reports surfaced that concerned friends had staged an intervention when she visited Australia, fearing her growing isolation. But despite the mounting worry, she stayed by Kanye's side, continuing to steal the spotlight with her wild fashion choices and unforgettable public appearances. Kanye is said to have exerted control over various aspects of her life, including her attire and social interactions. Sources say Bianca had no personal freedom, no say in her own life. Every decision was his, but now she's ready to break free. The signs are there for those who know where to look. The vacant stares, the rigid posture, the way she seems to await his approval before even the smallest movement. This is something much more troubling than the usual eccentric behavior of celebrities. Leaving Kanye West isn't as easy as it sounds. He's not just her husband, he's her boss, brand, and entire identity. Sources close to Bianca say she is desperate to break free, but Kanye's control over her is too strong, leaving her feeling trapped in a web of power and influence. Sources close to Bianca's family in Melbourne reveal a troubling shift that has left them feeling completely shut out. What started as occasional phone calls turned into brief text messages and eventually complete silence. Her once tight-knit circle of friends disappeared. Professional ties were severed without a word. It seems as though Bianca's slipping further into Kanye's world, with little connection to her past remaining. And then there's the marriage itself, which was quickly arranged, kept under wraps, and reportedly bound by a prenuptial agreement that sources describe as shockingly restrictive. One legal expert familiar with Kanye's past relationships claimed that these agreements aren't just about finances. They are more like behavioral contracts, the expert said, hinting at the level of control embedded in the legal terms. It's clear that more than love was at stake. Bianca's attempts to break free have been quiet yet unmistakable. A soft conversation with a server at a restaurant, a lingering look at a security exit, A tearful phone call caught by paparazzi, though never explained. Each time, Kanye's there, observing, redirecting, controlling, ensuring her every move stays under his watchful eye. It's as if he's always one step ahead, preventing her from slipping away. Kanye's grip on Bianca isn't just physical, it's mental as well. He's created a fortress around her that goes beyond the walls of their lavish life. Every aspect of her existence is under surveillance, from her now deleted social media profiles to her private messages. And then there's the uncanny resemblance. Bianca Censori, with her curves, dark hair, and striking transformation, could easily pass as Kim Kardashian's twin. The very woman Kanye once built his empire with. The woman he ultimately lost. Some say Bianca isn't just Kanye's wife, she's his stand-in for Kim. But let's be real, a stand-in can never truly replace the original, and that's where things begin to unravel. Bianca's trapped in a life that no longer feels like her own, a life dictated by a man consumed by the past and driven by control. And now, the walls are closing in. The similarities are impossible to overlook. The identical paparazzi poses, the daring outfits that blur the lines of public decency, and even the carefully crafted expressions. They are calculated, polished, and unmistakable. It's as if Kanye's the director and Bianca is merely playing the role of Kim. Fashion insiders cannot help but notice the uncanny déjà vu. The sheer bodysuit Kim stunned in a Paris Fashion Week in 2016, a near replica appeared on Bianca in 2023. The dripping wet look dress that turned heads at the Met Gala, now a staple in Bianca's wardrobe. Even Kim's striking platinum blonde era has been meticulously recreated on Bianca, down to the last icy strand. A relationship psychologist who wished to remain anonymous described the situation as a classic case of replacement behavior. According to them, when an individual struggles to process the loss of a relationship, they may attempt to recreate it with a new partner. However, this approach rarely resolves the deeper emotional issues and can often escalate into even more extreme controlling behaviors. The timeline paints a revealing picture. As Kim gradually pulled away from Kanye, his public behavior grew increasingly erratic. His fashion became more extreme. His statements sparked more controversy. Then, just as Kim finalized her divorce and moved on with her dating life, Bianca entered the scene. Before Kanye, Bianca Censori was a respected name in architectural circles. She was a graduate with honors, a professional with a unique style and vision. But the moment she stepped into Kanye's world, that woman disappeared. In her place emerged a quiet and carefully sculpted figure, shaped to resemble the one woman Kanye could not hold on to. But there's one striking difference that speaks volumes. While Kim Kardashian built an empire with her voice, speaking out, making deals, and shaping her own narrative, Bianca stays silent. No interviews, no public statements, and no social media presence. She exists only in fleeting moments, a quiet figure displayed like a living masterpiece at Kanye's side. Body language experts have pointed out the subtle signs of distress that Bianca displays. Her smile, though present, never quite reaches her eyes, and there's a visible tension in her shoulders whenever Kanye touches her. In his presence, she appears to shrink, both physically and emotionally. These aren't indicators of comfort, they're signs of someone trapped. What does the future hold for Bianca Censori? Those who've escaped similar relationships paint a grim picture of the challenges ahead. The longer she remains, they say, the harder it becomes to leave. Experts in high-control relationships explain that isolation fosters dependency. When someone dictates what you wear, who you interact with, and how you present yourself, your sense of identity begins to fade. Over time, the ability to imagine a life beyond that control becomes harder and harder to grasp. Yet, there are examples of those who have broken free. Kim Kardashian herself managed to navigate a complicated escape from Kanye's influence, rebuilding both her image and empire on her own terms. But Kim had advantages that Bianca may not possess: strong family support, independent wealth, and an already established identity. Sources reveal that Bianca's family is still trying to reconnect, hoping to rebuild their relationship. Former colleagues have also expressed their readiness to help her return to her career. However, these lifelines come with a significant challenge, something increasingly rare in Bianca's life: privacy away from Kanye and the freedom to make her own decisions. Now, insiders revealed that the separation is official, with Censori reportedly walking away with a $5 million settlement. Neither West nor Censori has addressed the matter publicly, but given the tumultuous nature of their time together, it wouldn't be surprising if this chapter of their story isn't quite over yet. Is this the end of Bianca's struggle, or just the beginning of a deeper fight for freedom? Stay tuned because the story is far from over. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more explosive updates.